Okay, and kind of in relationship to that, do you think there's some other opportunities in town for regional agreements on other services? I know this has been brought up time and time again, and the state likes to see this. This is the directions they like to see town governments go in. Do you think there's some opportunities for that? And in your term, would you support a subcommittee to actually try to find those savings with regional agreements with other towns?
Well, I'm definitely in favor of regional agreements with other towns. I wish that we could share our building inspector, our health agent, with other towns, and vice versa. Our dog animal control officer, we could save a lot of money that way. The only problem is, personally, I haven't had the time to research that, but it has been researched. I know our highway department, as a liaison to the highway department, we have looked at a share system. It's not a region, it's not what we're talking about, but it's a share system where they have certain equipment, we have certain equipment, Seekonk has certain equipment, let's say, and Dayton does. We don't have to go out and buy that piece of equipment because we share. They take what they don't have, we have, they'll use that, and so we have a share system there. But actually sharing our employees would be a great thing, I think, to look at. And I would definitely be in favor of a committee to look into the possibility of sharing with our neighboring towns, our building inspector, our health agent, or our animal control.
Here again, too, I got to agree. I mean, we do it in business all the time. We borrow from one another. We really don't even keep a tab on what we borrow. We just borrow. It's got to be researched a little bit where the savings are, what areas can be traded or borrow back and forth, or regionalized, if you want to call it. But it's just something I can't say for fact. I don't know all the facts, but definitely is something that should be looked at.
Okay, I think that's all the questions we have. We did a good job covering all our topics, and so now it's time for closing statements, and we'll go with Mr. Perry first.
Thank you very much for having us here. Again, I really want to work. I want to work for the town. I think one reason I do is I think everybody should put something back into their town. You don't have to be a selectman. You don't have to be on a committee. You don't necessarily have to pick up trash on the side of the road. But if nothing else, and I talk to people all the time, and they bellyache and complain, I say, did you vote? If you're going to do anything for your town at all, at least go out and vote. That's something you can do. It makes a difference. Last election, a friend of ours lost by 11 votes. Don't tell me one vote doesn't make a big difference. It does. So do something for your town, whether it's me, Mike, or the third person. Go vote. That's more important than anything else. And I'd like to close on something. Mike's had more exposure to internal town workings than I have. I've worked in my little departments, and that's it. I want to get involved more. But I wanted to say one thing about Mike. When I first came into this town, it was in a turmoil, and I don't want to go too deep into that. But Mike stuck his neck out, and his wife behind him took the brunt of it. And I think Mike deserves the position he's in. I want to give him all the credit in the world. And if it wasn't for some of the work he did, we probably wouldn't be as stable as we are today. So I'd love to be able to serve next to Mike. So please go out and vote and help me out.
Thank you. Well, you got one vote coming your way. So.
I know that, yeah. It's not my wife, so you know that.
Mr. Costello.
How do I follow that? Thank you, David. First of all, I've lived here not that long, 35 years. And I always hear everybody say that. They haven't been here that long, I think, 35 years. I've been volunteering for the town of Rehoboth for the last 25 years. But the last 3 years have been really enjoyable because I feel I'm making a difference. And that's what I want to continue to do for the people of this town, is make a difference. I want to continue to move this town forward in the direction that it's going. And I want to see by the end of my, if I am elected, I'd like to see at the end of my term, a new town hall, a new public safety building. Those are the two things that I'd really like to see. But most of all, I'd like to see a town that I have enjoyed for 35 years with the people that are in it. I love this town, I always will love this town, and I love the people that are in it. If it wasn't for the volunteers of this town, we would not have the money to run it. The many people that we appoint to boards that every day of the week are attending meetings or research or doing other things out of their daily lives to help this town move forward, whether it be conservation, whether it be planning board, agricultural, board of health board, all the different boards in town. And especially our public service firefighters and other volunteers throughout the town. So please, on April 7th, like Dave said, go out and vote for the person of your choice. But please vote. This election has also two articles in it that are for our schools, our elementary school. I mean our Beckwith, yes, and our high school. So those are two important articles that need to be voted on. But also we have some people in town that are running a opposed race. They're being opposed. So we need to get out and vote. And thank you, the RBA, for having us again. I'd like to thank you. And I hope that if I'm elected, that I could work with you in the coming years to try to strive to make business more favorable for the town of Rehoboth. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Costello and Mr. Perry. Again, thank you for your service to the town and your potential future service to the town. Before we end the evening, I'd just like to remind everybody, like they both just did, April 7th is the day to vote, so please try to get out there and vote for your candidate. And I'd like to thank Crestwood for hosting us, RBA members, and especially the board for helping put this evening together. And again, for all the candidates and all the other town officials that came out to enjoy the evening. I appreciate it. So thank you very much, and have a good night.